Alright guys, this will be my last chestnut video for the year most likely. But we have finally reached the stage to where all the prep I did back in the springtime is now paying off in the late summertime. So if you're after production to help your deer, this is exactly what I have done with this tree, is help with production. There are nuts all over the place. You know, these are pretty decent size. Nothing, you know, ginormous. I can get a lot bigger than this. But this one here seems to be about the average. And the only problem is, see, there's your triple. The only problem with this is water had shut off basically at the wrong time, and when the nuts started swelling up, they really didn't get a chance to get too big. These are getting, you know, very similar to what American chestnuts look like as far as size. I mean, roughly something that big or a little smaller maybe. But this tree here is just absolutely flooring the ground with nuts right now. Super high concentration of nuts, especially for tree, you know, this size. And it's still got plenty more to go right there. I mean, that's triple. Lots of triples in this tree, which is a really good sign that this boron helped with pollination, which increases my odds of having triples versus single nuts. Again, they are scattered all over the place, and this ain't even maybe but 10% of what's, you know, what's laying on the ground is about 10% of what this tree is made. There's plenty more to go. I mean, that one right there is going to be a good one. Big Daddy up here is also dropping. You may find some around the base of the tree here. Here's a burr. So let's see what we got. Forgot my gloves. I can tell they feel pretty good in there. Just a question of will it cooperate, and most likely it's not going to. You have to be very careful here that you don't prick your hand. I may have to go back and get my gloves, but that should have popped off with my foot. I've done that many times. I just don't get why it's not turning loose. But anyway, I also have right above it the oak trees. So I'm getting a mix round of nuts in here. Here's one that's falling off. Now look here. It didn't take long for pests to find them. So we'll kill him. I'm not going to give him that satisfaction of multiplying there. Deer will still eat that. A lot of oak nuts here. Fixing to be a lot of chestnuts on the ground. Let's take a look at some of these up in here. Yeah, right there's a good one. That one there's any day now. Or I just touch it and let it fall off. It nearly took my face off. Now these are bigger. Those look much better. So this is more nutrients than oak nuts as far as ranking on your nutrition scale. Oh, forgive the sirens. We've got a lot of emergency vehicles going around today. There's 2 cars that caught on fire, and there are 2 people trapped inside. And I saw a Lifestar land up there toward the ball field. So I'm praying that they're all right and no harm's come to them. The woman, I was told, is pregnant. So there's really 3 people in trouble right now. All right, so if you're looking for ways to help your bucks before the rut starts, these are fantastic trees to do that with. Like I said, they have higher ratings of protein and other trace minerals than oak trees. But here's the thing that I intend to start doing now that my budget is more freed to do some more things here. Once these trees are pollinated, I intend to put trace mineral throughout the orchard at a heavy rate, let the trees absorb it, and then that will transfer into those nuts when it's time. And that way I gain more nutrition out of those nuts. Let's go up here and check these other trees. You know, I didn't really show this one much. That one right there has made some really big burrs. So this one's going to have the larger size nuts in it. There may be a handful of them that may have come off. Maybe. It doesn't quite look like it, but it's literally going to be any day now. And I'm not seeing them. They're opening. I mean, I can see the nuts right there. That's not a problem. So I'd say tomorrow or the next day, there'll be some nuts out here. Oh, here we go. Here's one burr. And got one fire truck coming through. Or actually, that's about the 4th fire truck. Not bad. I certainly hope they got them people out. All right, now to my big tree. Loaded, absolutely loaded. It's not challenging my main producer yet, but this tree has rapidly climbed the ladder and probably will surpass what that other tree is doing by next year. This tree has just come on so strong. And pretty good sized nut there too. So like I say, these have more nutrition than white oaks. They also can be much larger than white oaks. So if you refer back to my ideas that bigger leaves means you can fill a deer up faster, same thing here. The bigger these get, the faster you can fill them up. Here's another good one. You know, that will definitely help fill up a deer much faster than a standard white oak. But he's ready to start dropping too. Plenty of these right here within reach. Matter of fact, deer could even, it'd be stupid of them, but if they reached out, they could actually get a hold of those. Same with that limb there. This tree is producing some really good sized ones. I like that. That's good. All right, guys. I think I don't necessarily have to show you all these trees. This one here is its first time production, and I see open burrs. So let's see what we got here. Not expecting much. And we do have small nuts right there. Borderline of not really being pollinated, but they're solid. So this tree is now dropped its first set. And this one here was just about one of the oldest trees that I had in the shade that hadn't produced. This one here is not quite ready yet. It's a little bit behind. Same with this tree here. But I've got plenty of nuts to pick this year. I'm going to be very busy. My goal now is to harvest as many as I can. I will store them away in a cold place. And then after deer season is over, I will start feeding these deer chestnuts. And that way it will help recovery mode for the deer. I don't have to pick all these. I just need enough to give me about 3 or 4 weeks worth while I build up the other part of my supplemental feeding plan. But you can really see how much bow is in that tree down there. All right, guys, hope you like this video. And as these trees continue to get older, we'll check out the progression so you can see for yourself if you want to use these trees. That is one of my oldest trees in the orchard, if you want to call it that. It is now 16 years old and probably would be at least another 10 to 15 feet taller than what it is, but I had to dig it up 3 times when I thought we were losing the farm. So fantastic trees to help build additional fat reserves on deer. And fat is not a dirty word. Fat is a good word for deer. Not so much for people, because deer use a different type of fat. But this is the type of stuff here that can bulk a buck up before the rut kicks in. They will seek these nuts. They will be looking for them and demolishing whatever I don't pick up. So there you go, guys. Have a good one.